Next Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Well, that's not what Denton, Texas looks like anymore, but man, these are the great shots of historic Denton, Texas, which is where the Lone Star Glory are home as they play host to the DC Dragons here in Week 3 of the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. We are live on Next Level Sports. There we go. There's that beautiful stadium footage. Eric Vincent alongside my best friend, Cade Stevens. We've got Justin Reside and Shane Kaufman in the stats truck for us this evening. And Kay, it's a packed house. These fans are wild. They're crazy here at Medal of Honor Field. And both of these teams come in undefeated this evening.
Yeah, can you really blame them? I mean, happy to be back. Primetime, Week 3 action. Two undefeated heavyweights, Eric, who both play a very different style of football. DC, more of a gritty, run and play defense, not allowing a rushing score against them this year, which is absolutely incredible so far through 2 games, while Lone Star, not afraid to put points up through the air. 5 touchdowns on the arm of Ace Finnick. Absolutely incredible effort by him so far this season. And, man, this should be a heck of a battle here tonight.
It should be. And Lone Star coming out in the all-reds. DC coming out in the all-whites. Both teams looking very, very sharp here tonight. I would say, though, the DC Dragons look a la, 97-ish Jacksonville Jaguars, I would argue.
I could say maybe throwback Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, it could be that too. Very good. Kickoff coming up right about now.
And select to receive.
So DC going to get the football first here in this heavyweight contest early on in the 18th season of the Simulation Football League. Week 3 here. Both teams coming in at 2-0. And DC is going to bring it up to about the 27-yard line. Good return courtesy of Kanye Rockefeller, the longtime SFL veteran. And that's where Shabazz Synergy, I'm going to have trouble with his name all night long, Cade. He's going to come out at quarterback, number 7.
Yeah, Synergy, it should be fun to see what they can put up so far. He's, 3 for 3, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the season so far, but they are a big run-heavy team here, is the DC Dragons.
Synergy over the middle. Good play by the defense. Lone Star able to knock down the intended receiver to the turf, and that falls incomplete. We got a shot at Jeff Banfield. He is wearing number 4 tonight, and only tonight, and that is in honor of Evan Lacey, who tragically passed away in a very awful accident. And Van Lacey, his dad, runs Evan Lacey's user player within our league, and Banfield wearing number 4 tonight to honor him. So that's one of the great stories here in the Simulation Football League, as Kevin Say, the running back, is able to get a loss of 1 on the play. So Lone Star playing great defense to start things off.
Yeah, the defensive tackle, big number 76, Bobo Caudill up there for the stop. And as you said, Eric, great story and a great tribute coming on the side of Jeff Banfield there.
3rd and long here for the Dragons. Synergy, 5-step drop, quickly throws it over the middle and incomplete. So a 3-and-out forced by this Lone Star defense. DC off the field in a hurry. And we're going to see the Lone Star offense, their high-powered offense here, come out in just 3 plays.
Yeah, well, Lone Star came out to play on defense on the opening series right there. Interesting play call. Perhaps DC trying to catch Lone Star off track there. 2 throws, only 1 run. The run went for a negative yardage, but 2 incompletions on the throws. And like I said, passing the ball, not what DC does extraordinarily well. They're a big run-heavy team. They run the ball very, very well. We'll be seeing what kind of adjustments they make on their second opportunity. But first, the defense has got to go out there and make a stop.
Greg Soto making the fair catch at the 41-yard line of Lone Star, so that's going to be great starting field position for Ace Finnick and company. We got his game last week, Cade, and man, it was a shootout between him and the London Knights.
Oh, absolutely. Phenomenal game last week for Lone Star and Ace Finnick, who put up some impressive numbers through the air and led them to a very impressive victory over the London Knights.
He's going to start out under center and hand it off to Ike McBride, star running back. She will get about 2 yards out to the Lone Star 43-yard line, and that means we'll get a look at the Lone Star offense. Ace Fennick at quarterback, number 12. Ike McBride, number 34, the running back. Mateo Privado at fullback. Ziggy Hronek, Greg Soto, Deuce Fennick, and Dave Axis, the diva, at wide receivers. Adam Williams, the big tight end threat, number 86, and Rylan Caudill is number 75, the center. Second down. Fennick, pressure coming, and he's going to get it complete over the middle to Greg Soto. He was hit as he's thrown, and that was a wobbler for sure, but Soto able to locate the football and make a great play.
Yeah, Finnick absolutely takes a wallop as he lets go of the ball and, as you said, floats through the air, and Soto does a fantastic job keeping the ball in sight, goes down, picks it up, and a nice first down. Lone Star moves the chains.
Fresh set of downs. Fennick gonna fire it over the middle. He had a man past the defense, but a great diving stop made by John DeSantis. He's able to dive for the football. It tips out of his hands and falls to the turf.
I believe that was Dave Axis down the field, and I'm not sure. I think he just slightly underthrew that ball. If that just goes a little bit further over the defender, that's possibly a walk-in touchdown, but a phenomenal job and an athletic play by DeSantis to go up there and knock that one away.
So that brings us second down at the DC 46. Fennick, 5-step drop. Towards the near sideline, caught, first down yardage, and that's going to be to the DC 23-yard line, and that is courtesy of Ziggy Hronek, and it looks like, oh, that's a big loss right there. Kanye Rockefeller, the free safety, his 13th season in the Simulation Football League. He goes down with an injury. Let's get a look.
Yeah, maybe just possibly something minor, hopefully, for Rockefeller. Hope he's all right. Maybe just a win knocked out. We'll get a report as soon as we can, figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, it immediately gripped his side as he came down after making the tackle, so we're going to hope that he's all right. We'll get a report from the sideline here in just a few moments as soon as we hear more. Handoff is going to be to Privado, the fullback, and he turns ahead for a gain of 6. And we'll get a look at the DC Dragons on defense. Saeed Gore, John Gary, Isaac Forrester, and Benny Butcher, all in the front four. Declan O'Rourke, Riley Hughes, Aaron Gooden, all the linebackers. John DeSantis, Ty Woodson, Peanut Say, and Daryl Bullock, all corners. Kanye Rockefeller, we just saw him exit a moment ago, and Kappa Jones, the safeties. As Fennick on 2nd and 4 is going to fire near sideline, has his man for first down yardage inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Adam Williams with the catch.
Adam Williams coming up with a big one. Yeah, Ace Finnick, extraordinarily decisive so far in this football game with where he's going with the football, and that has always been a strong suit of his, particularly in this season, and we've seen it through the first 2 weeks. We saw it firsthand last week as we had the pleasure of covering the Lone Star Glory once again. Nice pass to the outside, very decisive from Ace Finnick.
Offset eye, handoff to McBride, and McBride gets buried right near the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark it as a loss of maybe a half a yard, as that was good play by the defensive front four for the DC Dragons.
Yeah, the rookie defensive end, Saeed Gore, getting in there and making a nice stop for, like I said, I believe just a fraction of a loss there.
Sets up 2nd and goal. Bunch receivers towards the top of the formation. Empty set for Fennick. Takes the snap. Pressure coming in his face. Free blitzer. He's going to go down. Great play call by the DC defense, as that was Ty Woodson getting in there with the stop.
Yeah, the rookie Ty Woodson coming off the edge, unblocked, finds his way into the backfield, and Finnick absolutely nowhere to go. It was slow developing play, needed a little bit more time than that, and DC takes advantage as Ty Woodson brings Ace Finnick to the ground, and all of a sudden you've got 3rd and goal from the 18-yard line. This should be an interesting turn of events here.
Looks like man coverage across the board for the DC defense. Fennick takes the snap. He's going to fire it into the middle of the defense, and that's picked off. Picked off by the linebacker, Declan O'Rourke, on the tip drill, and he's going to make it out of the end zone to the 1-yard line. Probably a good decision as he crept into the end zone and picked off the pass. Let's get another look, Ed.
Yeah, you got to feel really good about yourself if you're the DC defense right now. You were just giving up play after play, and what seemed like it was inevitable points for the Lone Star Glory, you turn that into an interception, and I got to imagine the defense was probably yelling just a little bit to get down and take the touchback. Unfortunately, now they are backed up pretty deep into their own territory, just about the 1 inch yard line here. But a great turnover, great defensive play nonetheless for the DC Dragons.
And that's Kevin Say with the carry, and he's a dangerous runner as he breaks free. Could he go all 99? Is anyone going to catch him? 30, 25, 20, running out of gas, 10, 5, touchdown! Kevin Say, 99 yards!
99 yards for Kevin Say. Oh my, Kevin Say, what? Into the end zone, 99 yards. We saw it. He breaks the tackle, and they don't care. They don't care if they start at the 1 yard line. Like I said, starting at the beginning of this game, very run-heavy team. Kevin Say, a big part of that, and once again, right here, just absolutely phenomenal effort by him to get down the field. Nobody's catching him. He's got the Jets, Eric, and just a absolutely phenomenal play by the DC Dragons, who now take the lead over the Lone Star Glory.
Absolutely unbelievable play by Kevin Say. Backed up against his own end zone and is able to break a tackler and just turn on the afterburners. Had enough juice to get himself into the end zone, and he's going to put the DC Dragons up by 7 here as Potty is able to knock through the extra point. So, man, what a turn of events, Cade. So Lone Star looking like they're driving down the field, going to go ahead and take the lead after a DC 3 and out. DC getting the clutch interception. Not a beneficial spot, really, at all for them, but they're able to go 99 yards in one play.
And that's it. And, you know, that's exactly what I meant at the beginning of the game when I spoke on the grittiness of the DC Dragons. They play more of a gritty game. It's a defensive-heavy game. They lean on the defense. They lean on the run game, and that's exactly what they just did in this last series. Interception, give them the ball back, and a 99-yard touchdown run. You can't beat it.
Greg Soda able to get it just past the 25, but there's a penalty marker on the field. And it looks like it's going to be a holding on the Glory. So the Dragons will accept that. That'll back them up. Probably closer to maybe the 15-yard line or so. We'll have to see where the referee spots the football there, but not great starting field position here for Lone Star as they try and even things up at 7.
Yeah, just to throw this out there, too, Kevin Say only 114 yards on 33 carries last week against the Fort Worth Toros. He's pretty darn close to that already on just 2 carries tonight.
Empty set for Fennick. He's going to throw near sideline, and that's going to be a catch. Just out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Kanye Rockefeller, we might see him back in action as it looks like it was just a cramp from earlier, so that's definitely good news for the DC defense.
Yeah, great news for them, just a cramp, and you mentioned it as he went to the ground, immediately almost grabbing at his side, so good to know just something minor, and we'll probably see him back in here shortly.
Offset I formation for the Glory. DC stacking the box on defense. Fennick going to swing it out on a screen pass there, and that's the fullback that's going to get maybe a few yards. That's Mateo Privado with the catch coming out of the backfield, brings up 3rd and short.
Eric, you can feel the energy now on this DC defense, who all of a sudden, after the big play on offense, are flying all over the field. And this almost feels like kind of a big 3rd down for Lone Star.
We'll see what they do here in this big 3rd down. McBride is going to carry it right up the middle for first down yardage and more. Out across the 30, close to the 35, marker at the 34.
Phenomenal job by the offensive line opening up a hole. No discredit to Ike McBride, who does a fantastic job hitting the hole full speed. You'll see it right here, following the fullback through, and absolutely takes advantage. First down, moving the chains are the Lone Star Glory.
Privado with a clutch block coming out of that formation there, able to clear the way for McBride. Under 6 to go here in the first quarter of action. They line up again in the I formation. We're going to see another McBride carry, but she's bottled up right near the line of scrimmage. She'll get maybe 2 out of that out to the Lone Star 35-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game all into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Fennec, near sideline, Greg Soto, the Cuban Missile with another catch. And that's going to be close to first down yardage. Mark him out at the 41.
And nice catch by Soto on the outside, giving them very third and very manageable here with just 2. And playbook's pretty wide open for Lone Star. It'd be interesting to see what they do. I wouldn't blame them for trying to run the ball with Ike McBride again up the middle. Something that's been extraordinarily successful when they need it to happen. So we'll see here.
Offset eye on 3rd and 2. McBride will get the carry, tries to power herself ahead and gets so close. I'm not sure if that's really a great spot, Cade. I think she might have gotten the first down yardage on that second effort there.
Undoubtedly had to. I'd love to see a replay, but undoubtedly it appeared to be robbed on the spot. The second and third efforts for Ike McBride there, just absolutely manhandling the defensive line, trying to take her down, and it looked like she got over, but it doesn't appear that the spot will give it to her, and they'll go ahead and punt this one away.
LA Sites with the punt, and that's fielded right around the 15-yard line, marking down at the 17, as that was Josh Gill with the return. We'll get a quick look at the DC offense here for the first time. Shabazz Synergy, the quarterback, number 7. Kevin Say, we saw him bust out that 99-yard touchdown run earlier in the ball game. Chris Britton, the fullback. Gus Scott, Mike Churchill, Jeff Banfield, and Josh Gill, all the wide receivers. Lauren Percoco and Kyle Storm, the tight ends for this DC offense, as Synergy is changing things up at the line in an I formation. Kevin Say leading the league in carries up to this point, and they're going to keep feeding him as he gets only 2 on that play. And that brings it out to the 19.
Absolutely love the strong formation. Love the commitment to the run by DC, and just absolutely love. You don't see it too much anymore. There's a lot of flashiness going on with professional football these days, and the Simulation Football League as well. But DC, man, they grind it out, and it's still a lot of fun to watch.
Synergy going to swing it out to Say. He is all alone out there. Good spin move as he's able to get close to first down yardage to the 26-yard line. Getting a look at Lone Star on defense quickly. Jukin Rukin, Yogi Barr, Bobo Caudill, and Tina Begin all on the front 4. Freddie Trammell, Bogey Barr, and Jay Mark, the linebackers, Mickey McGuire, Bo Martin Jr., the corners. Evan Lacey, Albert Begin, and Nate Hall, the safeties. I formation. Strong side, near sideline. They're going to go opposite of that. Say is able to break a tackle and get first down yardage out across the 30. Actually, they'll mark him right at the 30-yard line as we get a look at the running back comparison. And Kevin Say with that 99-yard run is just dominating it right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a given after that nice run that they had right there. We'll check back on it, but Say multi-dimensional running back. I mean, you saw him out of the backfield. That was nice. And then on third down, doing it when it counts.
Synergy going to sling it that way again. He's got one blocker up front there, but a lot of DC defenders in front. And he's going to get maybe 5 out to the 35-yard line, second down.
I like it. I honestly like the idea right now of, you give Say the ball out of the backfield up the middle and then swing it out to the left, swing it out to the right a couple times. You kind of spread the defense out a little bit, keep them honest. I feel like it's only a matter of time before DC tries to hit him with a play-action bomb down the field.
We're going to see what they do here in offset eye. Lone Star itching for that run, and they're going to get it as Kevin Say throws down the spin cycle, and he's off to the races once again. 10-5, touchdown. Oh, Say, can you see?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, what more could you ask for? That was absolutely beautiful. Not only is the defense left shaking in their boots, looking for their ankles on the field as we speak, I feel like the offensive linemen were also not sure where he went. And what a beautiful move by Kevin Say, who is now off to the races twice in this game. 2 long runs. We've got another one right there, and he's in the end zone twice. This is absolutely phenomenal to watch and be a witness to, Eric. I'm almost at a loss for words.
Well on his way to the 2-century mark here. He's halfway there, over halfway there, just in the first quarter alone. Just unbelievable play from Kevin Say, as he's had 5 carries, 166 yards. That's his second rushing touchdown early on in this ball game. Unbelievable play so far, as Potty is able to knock it through for a 14-0 advantage.
Not to quote the great John Bon Jovi, but whoa, he is almost halfway there. So.
Oh, jeez. Man, we're going to pretend you didn't do that one, man.
Thanks, folks. We'll be here all night. There's 2 minutes left in the first quarter. There's many more opportunities for that one.
Tip your waitresses, try the veal. Potty booting the football down the field as Lone Star will get another crack at it here. Their offense is stymied by this DC defense so far, and special teams flexing their muscles a little bit there as they don't allow Soto to get up to the 25, mark him down at the 24. 2:15 to go here in the opening quarter, and this has just been DC domination so far.
Yeah, I mean, what's absolutely insane is that after the first Lone Star drive, which looked like they were just absolutely dominating, doing anything they wanted to do on the DC defense, unfortunately for them, turned it over deep in the DC's territory, and ever since then, DC's not looked back. Lone Star's offense struggled, defense has struggled, and well, they've got to try to find a way to make something happen on this drive, Eric.
Short out route there to Greg Soto. They're going to call it incomplete, but I think he got that foot in bounds. We'll see if the challenge flag comes out early for Lone Star, but they call it incomplete, second down.
Yeah, it looked to me as if he did as well, but not sure they'll take the time to try to review that one.
And they will not, and I can't necessarily say I blame them this early on in the ball game on a 5-yard out route. Going to bring up 2nd and 10, same formation here. Fennec, empty set. Takes the snap, has plenty of time. He's going to throw it over the middle. First down, out across the 40-yard line, getting close to midfield. They'll mark him down at the 42.
That was a big hit right there. Took a big hit to catch that one, but absolutely phenomenal job hanging on to it as he gets hit by Kappa Jones on the outside. But great job, great hands is probably more important on that one.
Kappa Jones, one of those hard hitters you see in the league. His 8th season in the SFL, his first here in DC. 3-down lineman for the DC defense as Fennec goes empty set again. Pressure's going to come in his face. He throws it into coverage, but it's complete. Near sideline as Soto just snatches it away from John DeSantis, the corner in coverage there, and that's going to move the chains for the Glory.
I do believe the new terminology is going to be you just got Soto'd, because there's been a couple of times we've seen him in the last couple of weeks where he just goes and takes it away from the defender, and it doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, it does, because Greg Soto makes a heck of a play week after week, and that was a nice catch right there.
Fennec quick fires over the middle. Good coverage there by the defense. That was Benny Butcher actually out in coverage, the defensive tackle backing up and making sure he swats the football down. I think Aaron Gooden was in coverage as well.
Yeah, that's just showing the versatility of Butcher back there. I mean, how many people are going to ask their defensive tackle to drop into coverage and expect him to make a play, and he did.
Brings up 2nd down from the DC 40. Fennec's under center this time around. Takes the 5-step drop. He wants it over the middle. Tip drill and incomplete. We saw a similar pass play on that 3rd and goal there. And it ended up being an interception for DC, not to be this time around.
Boy, if that wasn't one of the most dangerous throws I think I've seen Ace Fennec make, the cornerback Daryl Bullock in coverage, the rookie. But I think I saw about 6 white jerseys and 1 red one, and so yeah, that's not an ideal situation.
So another not ideal situation here for the Glory. 3rd and long. Fennec from the empty set. Blitzer coming. He's going to throw it over the middle. He finds his man, and that's going to be first down yardage out across the 15 to the 12 into the SFL red zone we go.
The Ace to Deuce connection there, Eric, is just absolutely alive and well as Ace finds Deuce Fennec over the middle. What a beautiful post just up the middle. Catches it, hangs on to it after contact, and just a phenomenal job to move the chains where it looked like there was a chance it might stall, and not this time, says Ace and Deuce Fennec.
Darnell Snow a little bit too slow to react to the play as that results in a first down for the Glory. 2nd time in the red zone and incomplete as Declan O'Rourke was out there right in the middle. between the quarterback and Williams there on the pass play. We'll get another look.
Oh, O'Rourke getting his hands up just at the right time. I think if he doesn't get that up, that's probably a touchdown. So kudos to him for having the awareness to be able to just stick his hand up and knock that one down.
This first quarter has all been DC as they have a 2-touchdown lead on the hometown Lone Star Glory here in Denton. Fennick with 4 wideouts, trips towards the bottom of the formation, empty set. He's going to throw it over the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Lone Star.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful throw, beautiful pitch, beautiful catch. Ziggy Hronek making a nice snag over the middle in the end zone, ready to take a hit, but he doesn't have to, and that is a touchdown. Lone Star all of a sudden are staking their claim to be back in this one, as it is now a 1-score game.
Great pitch and catch there from Lone Star as they are 1 extra point away from making this a 7-point ball game. James Troll, number 11, lining up for the extra point here. Good snap, good hold, and it is through. So 14-7 now your score as Lone Star marches down the field. 8 plays, 80 yards, capped off with that 12-yard passing touchdown from Fennick to Ziggy Hronek. We'll have to see if the Lone Star defense responds here. Getting some points on the board in the latter part of the first quarter. We've mentioned that DC has controlled this football game thus far. We'll see how they do with this next possession here. Still no Kanye Rockefeller, so Josh Gill handling the return duties as he makes it out to the 25-yard line with 25 seconds left in the first quarter of action.
Yeah, you know, Eric, the more I look at it, I am really feeling the reference of the 1997 Jaguars unis there. I mean, they're looking really fresh, to be honest. They're looking great.
Oh, yeah. Both these teams looking great here tonight. The aesthetics are especially pleasing on my colorblind eyes.
Absolutely agree.
Another handoff to Say, and this time the Lone Star defense was ready for him as they knock him backwards, loss of a half a yard on the play.
Yeah, Say was feeling an additional 75-yard run there, and unfortunately for him, the Lone Star defense and Juke and Rukin in specific had something to say about that.
That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter of action. DC with a 7-point advantage on the road in Denton. We're going to step aside, take a short break. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by ABM Music live on Next Level Sports. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back to Denton, Texas, as Shabazz Synergy. I'm again going to have trouble with that. Lauren Percoco with the catch there for about 10 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and short here for DC.
Back in the line.
And Say is going to get another carry. First down yardage for Kevin Say as he's able to move the sticks out to the DC 42-yard line.
I mean, honestly, what does it say about Kevin Say that you can stick 10 guys in the box on one particular play and it doesn't matter? The offensive line also doing a phenomenal job giving him the room, but Kevin Say not to be meddled with as he finds his way up the middle and a first down for the DC Dragons.
It's a killer first half so far here, a killer first quarter.
Yeah, no kidding.
Offset I Say is going to get another carry. Lone Star with great penetration right into the backfield as that was Jukin Rukin again getting in there and making the stop.
I can't say I blame them. I mean, they absolutely sold out for the run on that particular play, and Jukin Rukin, like you said, just barrels his way through the offensive line and finds his way into Kevin Say for a loss.
DC mixing it up here on this play, going empty set, 5 wide. Synergy, airing it out. Over the middle into coverage, picked off. Going the other way is Lone Star with blockers, and he's going to make it out to the DC 40-yard line. And, man, that was a mistake by Synergy as he threw it right to the defense. Albert again with the pick.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if the misread or if he just did not see Begin, but across the field comes Begin and takes that one away. No problem, and I think maybe that's exactly what it was. I think Synergy just didn't see Albert Begin coming back across the field, thought he committed to the other side, turns that one over, and all of the sudden, with all the momentum that DC had, Lone Star has found their way back, marching down the field with a chance to try to tie this game.
McBride with the carry, trying to bounce it out near sideline, and is going to get about 4 yards. And I think he hit the nail on the head there, Cade. I think it was a little okey-doke action by Albert Begin, looking like he was going one way, then sees where the football is going and just completely reverses field and is able to step in front of that pass to pick it off easily.
Yeah, phenomenal read by him.
Fennec under center for 2nd and 6. 5-step drop, airs it out near sideline, caught, and that's going to move the sticks out to the DC 28-yard line as Lone Star is moving ahead in a hurry, trying to even things up. Greg Soto with another catch.
Yeah, beautiful pitching catch right there. Soto continuing to make plays for the Lone Star offense and having the privilege to do a Lone Star game 2 weeks in a row. I mean, Soto's just been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, 6 catches, 72 yards so far, as he's only missed 1 target thrown his way. Offset I for the Glory. 7 in the box for DC. McBride with the carry. Goes off tackle towards the far sideline and is able to get close to the 20, marker down at the 21.
Yeah, Aaron Good and Peanut Say coming up with a joint big tackle right there. It looked like all kinds of momentum was going on there, but nice tackle at 2nd and 4 for Lone Star Glory.
McBride with another carry. DC ready for it, but McBride able to break a couple tackles and get close to first down yardage. They'll mark it down at the 18. It's going to set up 3rd and maybe a chest air.
That just looks an awful lot, Eric, like the run that we saw McBride have earlier in this game where she had a 2nd, 3rd effort that really looked like it got her across the line. And hard runner is Ike McBride, and they're going to mark this 3rd and inches.
We'll see if they go her way once more. Fennec's going to throw. He's got a blitzer coming and incomplete as the free blitzer came in. That was Ty Woodson once again as he lays the lumber on Fennec as he's trying to release the football. It falls incomplete.
Woodson has done an absolutely phenomenal job coming off the edge on the blitz so far in this game for the DC Dragons, and once again getting in the face of Ace Fennec and costing them there on 3rd down.
4th and short. We'll see if the Glory run a play. Fennec doing his best to try and draw DC off sides, but it's not to be as he's forced to burn Lone Star's first time out.
Can't say I blame him here. Yeah, I can't say blame him. Try to draw him off sides. You're well within field goal range. You can make this a 14-10 game if you can go ahead and boot this one through. So yeah, not a bad call at all.
Points off turnovers, whatever they may be, whether it be field goals, touchdowns, whatever the case is, it's definitely a victory. So getting 3 points on the board is certainly not a bad thing for Lone Star, especially in this situation being down by 7 early on.
Yeah, you got to take it. Got to take it, absolutely.
So we'll see James Troll line up here. And the kick is up and through from 35 yards as he kicks it head on right through the crosshairs there, and ends up being a 14-10 lead now for DC. They're able to get 3 points on the board here, kid.
Absolutely drilled that one, does James Troll, and it just makes the game that much more interesting, Eric. You know, like you said, 7:36 to go in the second quarter, and both of these teams have had a nice back and forth. We'll see if DC can find the momentum that they had before they unfortunately turned it over on the last drive.
DC with another crack at it. Still Josh Gill handling the return duties as he makes it out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Rockefeller with a little bit of a leg cramp earlier in the ball game. He may return, but we have not seen him come out as of yet. 7:31 on the clock here.
Yeah, possibility. Sorry, that maybe he's in the locker room getting an IV. Maybe they're waiting until halftime to see if he's all right, and maybe we'll see him then.
We'll see how it progresses. DC on offense now as Synergy in an I formation, going to hand it off to Kevin Say.
Oh, outside.
DC with his blocking, and he's gone. There's no way anyone's going to catch him. Get out of here. 10-5 touchdown DC as he strides in the end zone. His third touchdown of the ball game, and it's been the Kevin Say show so far. This is wild.
Say what? I mean, come on, man. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely incredible to be able to see this. Number one, I want to point that out, is Kevin Say makes his way around. Again, the offensive line doing a phenomenal job. Do not let that be underscored. And he finds his way to the outside, and just the speed of Kevin Say to the end zone, absolutely incredible as he crosses over 200 yards, 230 yards on the night on 9 attempts, 3 touchdowns. This is in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. The first half that this has happened. This is nuts. I'm almost at a loss for words there.
Yeah, I want to say Kevin Say woke up this morning and chose violence because, man, just a dominating performance by him so far.
Would you say that he woke up feeling dangerous?
He did wake up feeling dangerous. Maximum effort.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Man, oh man, 21-10 lead now.
Disbelief,
just in case, just in case we didn't touch on it enough, let's throw the stats up there.
Yeah, absolute disbelief.
Lone Star going to get another crack at it here. They're still in this ball game, Cade. As much as Kevin Say has just dominated on the ground for DC, Lone Star has done enough to keep themselves in the ball game. An unfortunate pick in the red zone on their first drive of the ball game, but otherwise, I mean, 10 points on the board. You're only down by 11. You got plenty of time here in the first half. Go down, score some points. It's a one-possession ball game.
That's it. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. Well said.
We're going to see McBride with the carry as she gets wrapped up around the ankles. A good open field tackle by Aaron Gooden, bringing her down to the turf. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. And,
I mean, this has just been nuts. I mean, but, like you said, 7 minutes, just sub 7 minutes left in this game. They've got more than enough time. Lone Star, not this game, this half. Lone Star's got more than enough time to get down there and make this more than competitive going into halftime.
Another handoff as that goes nowhere. DC dropping them right at the line of scrimmage. We're going to toss it over to SFL HQ. Cameron Irvine, Mike St. Green, tell us what you got.
4 letters, St. Green, Keel and swag.
Yeah, Cam Logan Keel saying, hey, Kevin Say, slow down. I want some of this primetime action as well. Here he takes on a 3rd down play over the middle, goes all the way for the touchdown on the first drive of the game. Denver goes up early, 7-0.
With a little boating at the end. Back to Eric and Cade, who know all about that. Go to sleep.
Thank you, Cam. Yeah, we've seen a little bit of that ourselves as Kevin Say did a little slow stride into the end zone there as Lone Star able to get a first down courtesy of the Cuban Missile himself, Greg Soto, on that last play. So fresh set of downs at the 36-yard line. Fennick from the gun. He's going to air it out, middle of the field. Got his man. Past the defense, diving defender, 10-5 touchdown as the Diva, Dave Axis, gets into the end zone for a Lone Star touchdown.
Oh, they didn't waste any time that time as Dave Axis finds his way down the middle of the field and absolutely threads the defense. A nice throw and catch from Ace Fennick to Dave Axis, and all of a sudden you feel the momentum shift just a little bit back towards the Lone Star Glory. But I think more importantly, what's got to happen here, Eric, what's so important is this defense of the Lone Star Glory has got to come back out and back it up.
You can just tell on that sideline, along that DC sideline, it's a uh-oh, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We're going to see if they can make this a 21-17 game, as that was a huge pass play from Fennick to the Diva, Dave Axis. 4 plays, 63 yards, 52 yards of it were through the air from Fennick to Axis. And the extra point is good. 21-17 now your score, as DC still with a 4-point advantage. And again, Cade, we touched on it while this Lone Star drive was getting going. DC has dominated on the ground. Synergy has only had 5 attempts through the air, as it's been all Kevin Say, but yet Lone Star still in this ball game here, down by 4, under 6 to go here in the first half.
Absolutely, and I mean that's the DC offense. They don't want to have to put the entire game on the shoulders of Shabazz Synergy if they don't have to. I mean, they've got Kevin Say, who was leading the SFL in attempts coming into this game, and rightfully so, as you've seen his performance in this game and what he's been able to accomplish. They want to run the ball, they want to play good defense, and so far they're doing the best that they can to do both.
Well, and it's funny, looking at the stats coming into it, Lone Star top 5 in the league in points per game, and it's been DC that's been firing on all cylinders. Only 15 total offensive plays, this number 16, as Kevin Say slips the first defender and is able to only get 2. And I mean, they're the stats right there. What more do I need to say?
Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, I couldn't have said it better. And at this point, you have to imagine that Lone Star is going to try to sell out and stop Kevin Say and make Synergy throw the football. But we'll see what they come up with here as Synergy lines up with no running back in the backfield.
Yep, empty set, 5 wide for Synergy. Threw a pick in this last formation. He's going to throw it over the middle. Lone Star with the interception near sideline goes the Glory. Another good spin move, and that's Albert Begin with his second pick of the evening as he's able to get inside the SFL red zone to the 15-yard line. Lone Star has a chance to take the lead.
My partner here, Eric, not trying to instill the broadcaster's curse as he correctly dictates the fact that the last time in that possession, they did in fact throw an interception, and it might be time for DC to throw that formation out because clearly it's not worked so far. But what a play by the Lone Star defense, coming up with a big one right there. Albert Begin, massive interception for the Lone Star Glory as they take back over in the red zone of the DC Dragons.
Call me Ike Damas. Fennick setting up from his 15-yard line of DC. He's going to throw it over the middle. First down yardage inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. First and goal just like that as Dave Axis makes another catch.
Dave Axis looking for his second touchdown of the game so far right there, and very nearly was there. Fennick extraordinarily decisive over the middle and very nearly delivers on that one.
First and goal now from the 3, creeping inside of 5 minutes to go. Fennick gets a free play here as the defense jumps off sides. He's going to be sacked in the backfield, but that's going to be a penalty against the DC defense. And that's going to move him forward maybe a yard and a half or so.
Yeah, not ideal, obviously. Saeed Gore jumping offside there, but quarterback still got hit. Aaron Gooden still got back there and hit your quarterback. So, I mean, they're going to shake Ace up just a little bit. We'll see if Lone Star takes advantage here.
So, again, another first and goal, this time from about the yard and a half. I formation. This might be McBride time as she gets the carry, slips the defender, gets it in the end zone. Touchdown Lone Star as they take the lead.
And just like that, Lone Star at one point in this game down 14-0, finds their way back with some opportunity here at home in Denton, Texas. As Ike McBride finds their way into the end zone, we're one extra point away from this being a 24-21 game. And what a response on the turnover by the Lone Star Glory.
With the extra point, that'll be 10 points off of turnovers. The only 2 turnovers coming off of Synergy interceptions. And what a mind-boggling game this has become as Kevin Say throwing up almost a 250 burger on this Lone Star defense as James Stroll is able to nail the extra point to make it 24-21. Almost a 250 burger, and he's going to be down at the half possibly here unless he rips off another one.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. I mean, I was surprised when it happened.
Surprise me, man.
I was surprised when it happened the third time. I really was. But at this point, I mean, Kevin Say, he's got to be seeing red. I mean, the entire DC Dragons team has got to be seeing red.
I mean, they do see red. The Lone Star Glory are all in red.
I see what you did there.
Okay. Josh Gill with the return as he makes it out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Another game break at SFL HQ. Cameron Irvine, Mike St. Green. Tell the good people what's going on.
Thank you, Eric. The action is quick tonight as Sioux Falls strikes back.
Yeah, Cam, GP Wells, man, he paid his dues down in the minor leagues for 3 seasons. Here he is, dominated this first drive with a fighting through tackles, gets in the end zone. Sioux Falls ties the game up.
All tied in South Dakota. It's chilly out there. Back to the Metroplex with Eric and Cade. Center's a nice pass.
Thank you, Cam. Very nice pass by Synergy as he's able to sidearm it over the middle there. That's Percoco with another catch. Cade, we've only had 1 field goal between both of these games going on in this late hour here Saturday night.
Oh, they're putting up the numbers, Eric. They're absolutely putting up the numbers. They're not scared to do it. And once again, right there, a nice pass over the middle by Synergy to Percoco. And, yeah, I mean, they're going to keep it going. It's fun. It's fun. It's a Saturday night in the SFL.
The Saturday Showcase here with the Simulation Football League. Synergy under center. Has time. Going to throw it over the middle, and that falls incomplete. Second down upcoming. Do you have a hot take? Want to show your appreciation for the SFL or show some love to your teammates? The league's new show, SFL Crunch Time, wants to hear from you. Post a video on Twitter with your take or shout out and use the hashtag SFL Crunch Time, and you may just appear on the show this week. Want more details? DM Josh Circle on Discord. We'll see you in Crunch Time. Great show by our friend and colleague, Josh Circle. As Say slips another defender, stutter steps, and he's going to get good yardage out to the DC 47-yard line. I thought maybe we were going to see another one there, kid.
For just about a second there, Eric, it absolutely did look like they were going to find a way to get out there. Say looked like he was going to try to get his 4th big run of the game into the end zone, and not able to make that one happen. But 3rd and 4, very manageable here. They've got to do what they do well.
And that is tote the rock. Offset I formation. Synergy instead is going to throw a pass. That's Josh Gill with first down yardage. Spin move, gets his foot out of bounds, but not before he moves those chains out to the Lone Star 45-yard line.
Yeah, it was a nice move by Gill, and honestly, if he doesn't, it's just about that tip of his big toe that might have gone out of bounds, but if that doesn't go out of bounds and he's able to turn it back upfield, he might be gone for about another 20 yards there.
We'll see what they do here. Bunch receivers towards the bottom of formation. We're creeping towards the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Synergy, short pass, going to find Gill over the middle, close to the 30-yard line, mark him down at the 31. And another fresh set of downs for the DC Dragons.
Yeah, great throw and great play call. I think DC understands that Lone Star is waiting for them to run the ball with Kevin Say at this moment in time. And a step back by Synergy and a nice throw on that particular play and a nice catch for a first down. They are moving those chains down to the Lone Star 31-yard line. We're ticking down to the 2-minute warning, Eric.
Probably going to see at least one more play before the 2-minute warning here. Again, offset eye. Again, Synergy wants to throw. He's going to sling it out to Say, and Say is able to get out of bounds at the 31-yard line, gain of maybe a half a yard as that freezes the clock at 2:06.
He can break some tackles. He is a bit of a miracle worker, but not quite to that extreme as he's unable to shake the tackle there. And clock continues to tick down to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning here in the Metroplex as the hometown Glory have a 3-point advantage over the DC Dragons, 24-21, a shootout here in Denton. This is the Saturday Showcase Simulation Football League action presented by APM Music, live on Next Level Sports. Be right back. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. DC trying to take the lead before the half, as it's been the Kevin Say show on offense as he gets a pass coming out of the backfield there. Turns on the afterburners, able to get first down yardage inside the SFL red zone to the 19.
I mean, Kevin Say, it's the Kevin Say show as far as the DC Dragons offense is concerned. I mean, a nice pitch and catch to the outside, and Say can turn on the jets. It's upfield, and that's a first down inside the red zone. And DC looking to try to take the lead back, or at very least tie this one up.
Under 90 to go here in the first half. Synergy.
Oh my God.
But he finds his man into the end zone, touchdown, as Jeff Banfield is able to score here, sporting Evan Lacey's number.
Love to see it. Love to see number 4, Jeff Banfield, get in the end zone. And what a decisive throw by Synergy as he finds Banfield over the middle. Banfield doing a great job separating from the defender, falls into the end zone, and a touchdown for the DC Dragons as they take the lead back. This is a very, very, very important extra point, Eric, as it is the decision between a 1 and a 2 score game.
We'll see if Potty can nail it through here. We've seen plenty of wild things happen in the Simulation Football League just 3 weeks in, but we're not going to see any wild shenanigans here as he's able to knock it through. 28-24 now as DC reclaims the lead with 1:22 on the clock. Both teams still with timeouts available to them. DC with 3, Lone Star with 2. Potty's got the ball on the tee. Hand is in the air, and he's ready to send it down to Lone Star. Soto right around his own goal line. Trying to follow some blockers, and he's going to get stood up right around the 27-yard line. We've got a game break from SFL HQ once again. Cameron Irvine, Mike St. Green with another update.
Thanks, Eric. Mike, Denver throws a pick. Sioux Falls gets a field goal. Denver answers.
Yeah, Cam, something about SFL prime time. Man, we got 2 barn burners tonight. Bailey O'Shaughnessy with the touchdown catch. Denver goes back up 14-10.
28-24 in Denton. Back to Eric Kincaid. We'll see it at the half.
Thanks, Cam. Fennick going to take the snap, throws it over the middle, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Ziggy Hronek there, but it just falls right between his hands and hits the turf there. Coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green run through highlights of today's earlier games, plus update you on the action going on in South Dakota between the Denver Nightwings and the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Part of our bonus coverage here today on Next Level Sports. It's all coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report. Three down linemen for the Dragons here on this second down. Fennick slings it out, far sideline. Lowers the shoulder and first down yardage into the 40-yard line. And that was McBride just lowering every bit of her body weight against the defender there.
Yeah, McBride out of the backfield still hurts.
She gets another toss out of the backfield there, but not able to keep her momentum from carrying her out of bounds. It's going to be a loss of 3, second down.
I can't say I blame him for trying to go back to that one, Eric, but unfortunately, like you said, Fennick kind of leads her out of bounds just a little bit, not able to turn it upfield.
54 seconds frozen on the clock, though, and that saves Lone Star from having to burn a timeout. 5 wide. Fennick, pressure coming in his face all kinds of time. He's going to check it down over the middle, but it falls incomplete. That was good coverage by the DC defense, as that was Soto, the intended receiver there, as he's caught the vast majority of the passes thrown his way tonight.
Boy, I was awfully concerned about that. Like you said, he had all day long and throws it into triple coverage there for a moment. I was just a bit worried that might be going the other way, but it falls to the turf harmlessly instead.
Again, empty set, this time 4 wide for Fennick as he fires it over the middle of the field, incomplete, as that was tipped up in the air and falls harmlessly to the turf. No has been one of those defensive backs that Fennick has picked on over the course of the evening, but he's able to make the play.
Yeah, he's been around the ball. He's been around the ball. Sometimes it's been in his favor. Sometimes it has not. That particular time almost makes a really big play, and unfortunately not able to come up with it. And here we are with 45 seconds left. DC's got all 3 timeouts, and they're going to get the ball back potentially with pretty decent field position.
We'll see where this LA Sites punt lands as he gets it away with no pressure. Gill with the return. He's going to make it out to the 29-yard line, so 38 seconds, 3 timeouts. Kevin Say has just been busting them open all day long, and we'll see if he can do that here, although we might see Synergy kind of toss the rock around a little bit.
Yeah, I would expect him with the amount of time left in the game that Synergy will probably toss it around. But, I mean, shoot. I mean, with the success that you've had out of the backfield with Kevin Say, why not give it back to him?
Synergy is instead going to throw it and unable to hold on to it, as that was intended for Josh Gill, but he got sandwiched between 2 Glory defenders. It hits the turf incomplete.
And unfortunately for him, it looked like he had the wide receiver, Jeff Banfield, wide open just on the next level of that defense, and just missed him. That potentially could have been a home runner.
That brings up second down, I formation. Lone Star's ready for that run. I wonder if that's what Synergy is calling here. They're going to get the run. Say spin cycle, but he's able to get bottled up by the Glory defense right around the 33, brings up 3rd and 5. And I think DC is content with carrying a 4-point advantage into the half.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him. Can't say I blame him at all. I mean, say right there was just a one spin cycle the other direction away from possibly taking another one.
Gutsy call, one more play. Synergy going to get sacked right near the line of scrimmage, and that is how the half is going to end. 28-24, the DC Dragons up on top of the Lone Star Glory. We'll step aside, take a short break. Coming up on the other side, the APM Music Halftime Report. You don't want to miss it. This is the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, live on Next Level Sports.
We are live from Mexico City, Mexico to
Welcome to the APM Music Halftime Report along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. What a half. Kevin Say on his way to the record books if he can keep up the performance, and DC barely holding on, Mike, up 28-24.
Yeah, Kevin Say, man, people are probably saying, well, what is the game record? But he still has a long way to go if he's going to get there. Yeah, he's more than halfway there, but he would need another huge half to get there. He would need another 182 to get there. But, man, he's definitely put this team on his back in the first half and had a spectacular first half.
The retired Reggie Streeter holds that mark. Did it against New Orleans, now Louisiana. Was in London when he did it. But yeah, that record stood for a few years. Kevin Say, one heck of a first half in trying to get there. Mm-hmm. Just crazy. And Kevin Say, you know, we've interviewed him before, talk about the people behind the players, police officer from Florida. I mean, you're on national TV. You're the star of the show right now. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's definitely the star of the show tonight. But Lone Star, they've answered with no doubt about it. We pretty much thought we were going to see the Ike McBride versus the Kevin Say show, but Lone Star's done it through the air. Ziggy Ronick with a touchdown catch. We saw Dave Axis with a big catch. And so Lone Star's going through the air and to counteract the ground game of DC. And DC has kind of gotten into trouble when they've gone to the air a couple times. But, man, this has been an excellent game so far. This second half, it should be a barn burner.
Let's take a look at some highlights from earlier in the day. London taking on Mexico City, and this one was a shootout in the first half, Micah. The two quarterbacks barely throwing any incompletions.
Yeah, in the first half and really the entire game, both quarterbacks were excellent throughout this entire game. But yeah, majority of the scoring was in the first half. I think we went in 24-20 in the first half. Of London could only muster 3 points in the second half, and that pretty much sealed their fate for this game. But Matt Wilson was excellent. 28 out of 32 in this game, 306 yards and 4 touchdown passes, 3 of them to Mike Daggs. Phoenix Jones, the running back, he had a huge game as well, over 100 yards. The London offense looked great. Johnny Pickles did have a couple of interceptions in this game, but the defense never could answer and stop Mexico City on a consistent basis.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, both offenses moved the ball. I'm not sure we had 1 3-and-out in this ball game. As you can see, Pickler's first touchdown here, threw it to the third tight end on the depth chart. So, I mean, Pickler was hitting just about everybody on the day. But it really was about that second half and not being able to get off the field. Mexico City got the ball with about 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and London just couldn't get off the field.
Yeah, that was huge. During that drive, as you mentioned, it was like about 5 minutes left in the game. London were on a drive to try to tie the game. They were down 8. They would have needed a 2-point conversion, but a Mexico City interception in the end zone. But, you know, the defense needed to step up. Mexico City, like 5-minute drive from the 20-yard line. They pretty much drove it down, got within inside 2 minutes. London had burned all the timeouts, and they run the clock out from there.
Yeah, there you can see that deep connection to Vin Calia. Calia had an incredible day. Mexico City's defense has really not had a good start to the season. They are fortunate to be 2-1. This 52-yarder made it 21-20 at the break, as you were talking about, Mike. But, you know, as a player on the London Knights, you're 0-3, but I'm not sure that any of the 3 losses can feel like, oh, the sky is falling here, because this was an incredibly close ball game against a very good team. Where does London got to go from here as they head into their bye week, which couldn't come at a better time for the Knights?
Yeah, Cam, the bye week is coming at a good time. I think the front office and the coordinators and scouts there, everybody's been working hard. 3-0-3 hold is going to be tough to come out of, but because we felt like we could have easily been 2-1. One play goes either way here or there the last couple of weeks. We could easily be 2-1. You know, we had the late interception against Lone Star last week, and of course the late interception, and defense couldn't get off the field late in the game this week. So, no heads will be hanging low after these losses, but yeah, it's a good time to regroup with the week off next week.
Mike Daggs with 3 touchdowns in that game. Let's go to the Swamps in Louisiana, Tulsa and Louisiana. This game was won in the first half, Mike, because Tulsa, with plays like this to Gabriel Manning, they were all over Louisiana early and often.
Yeah, good to see Gabriel Manning getting on the score sheet, man. He's been kind of quiet to start this season off, and good to see him get with the touchdown catch there. And we see a big catch right there by probably B. Robo on that play there. I'm sorry, that was Garrison Blue, I believe. But this Tulsa defense played well all game long, held the Louisiana running game in check. Colin Hart, he did have over 100 yards, but most of that was on a huge touchdown run. But this Tulsa defense played excellent all game long.
13 tackles for loss, and there you can see a Rolliman Hood interception. And you're thinking this whole time, like, eventually Louisiana's going to get back into this thing. But Tulsa did not give up the grip. 13 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. They really bothered the whole game plan for the Revolution and put them behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, they definitely did, Cam. And as we see right there, Douglas Brown, the first overall pick with a carry right there. He had over 100 yards in this game. It was good to see him bounce back after being injured last week. And he had a solid game today that really helped Tulsa control the clock and build up a big 27-point lead in this game.
There's a Q touchdown pass to DJ Hume, and Tulsa ended up winning 27-13. and Mexico City took it home 31-23. In Sioux Falls right now, the Sioux Falls Sparrows just caught a touchdown off of a deflection. A Denver linebacker actually had the deflection, knocked it right into the hands of, I believe, A.J. Warren, and Sioux Falls gets the touchdown. Then the extra point gets blocked. This game is just as crazy as the one we've got on national TV right now. It's 23-14. Sioux Falls putting some pieces together here early in the season, Mike.
Yeah, it's actually good to see them bounce back, Cam. They've had a rough couple of seasons. Had the second overall pick, but it was traded down to pick the third overall pick this season. But we knew this team, had this in them. Went to the championship game back-to-back a couple of seasons ago. So we knew they didn't have far to go. But now, over the past couple of weeks in starting this game off, they seem to have some cohesiveness. They seem to have a sense of direction as to what they want to do and how they want to go about doing it. G.P. Wells, the rookie running back, he's going a long way towards them accomplishing that, and they've looked great here in the first half against Denver.
Big week for the West Division. Arizona and Vegas play each other tomorrow, and Denver and Sioux Falls, of course, in the same division playing tonight. As you can catch that action on the SFL Twitch channel. Bailey O'Shaughnessy with another big run. 28-24, DC's up on Lone Star. We'll get you back out to your second half. Will Kevin Say break the record? Will DC even win? We'll find out when we come back. This has been the APM Music Halftime Report. Mike and I will see you back here for postgame.
Second half action kicking off from the Metroplex here in Denton, Texas. Lone Star doing their best to keep pace with, really, Kevin Say. Shabazz Synergy with the touchdown pass, 83 yards through the air, but really, other than that, it's been the Kevin Say show as he has just tore up the rushing defense for this Lone Star Glory. Beneficial for them, they get the football to start things off here in the second half as Soto is able to bring it out to the 24-yard line. Any adjustments that Lone Star needs to make offensively or defensively?
Well, defensively, I feel like it's pretty obvious that they got to find a way to stop the run game. Kevin Say just absolutely torching them on offense for the DC Dragons, and so defensively, they got to find a way to slow them down. Offensively, get back to what you did on the first drive. Easy completions, find a way to move the ball down the field. They did not struggle at all on the first drive. It was just an easy 1-2-3. As you see right there, a deep shot that is unfortunately unable to connect on that first particular play for the Lone Star Glory, broken up and knocked down to the ground. But yeah, they got to find a way to get back to those easy completions, move the ball down the field, and make this just a little easier for the quarterback, Ace Finnick.
Yeah, and Darnell Snow, that's been the guy that Fennec has picked on over in the secondary there, and we touched on it a little bit in the first half. He's made some plays, he's missed some plays, but that's been the guy that Fennec has been targeting for sure. And at this particular point in time, he makes that play, makes it a second down. From the 24, Fennec is going to throw again. Good pocket. He's going to throw it over the middle and incomplete again. The DC secondary was ready for that as Riley Cuse was in there on the deflection.
Cuse and O'Rourke, and we've called O'Rourke's name a few times tonight, getting his hand in there on pass coverage. And from the inside linebacker position, pretty impressive performance from Declan O'Rourke this evening.
Third down now. Single back is Ike McBride. 4 wide for Fennec to work with. Takes the snap. 3 blitz are coming. Throws it over the middle. That's going to be short of the line to gain as he needed to get it out in a hurry. He finds Hronek, but that's not going to be a first down. It's going to be a 3 and out for Lone Star to start things off.
Not exactly ideal for what you have planned in to start the second half here, especially trailing 4 to a team that has just found a way to match you stride for stride, if not do more than what you've been able to accomplish so far in the first half. And come into the second half, not ideal. Excuse me, Eric, I got to imagine DC is going to go right back to Kevin Say, who has just absolutely dominated this game so far.
And if you're just joining us, Kanye Rockefeller went out with an injury earlier in the ball game. We have not seen him come back since. So it's been Josh Gill handling the return duties. So we'll have to see what the DC offense has in store for us here in the second half. As we mentioned, Kevin Say, he's halfway there to the record, 243 yards on the ground in the first half and 3 touchdowns to go with it. Offset I Say is going to get the football, and he's going to plow ahead for a gain of 3. Eric Vincent alongside my best friend Kate Stevens, Justin Reside, and Shane Kaufman with us as well in the stats truck, and that's a loss for the Lone Star defense as Bo Martin Jr. is a little slow to get up.
Yeah, Bo Martin Jr., that wouldn't be a very good loss either. We'll see the replay right here. Maybe we can figure out exactly what happened. Starts grabbing the back of his leg as he's non-contact injury here, it looks like, as he's moving towards the play, and maybe just pulled something. We'll get a report on that as soon as we can.
So with that 3-yard gain, Synergy sets up with an I formation. Say with the carry, bursts ahead, big burst of speed, and gets first down yardage close to the midfield marker. They're going to mark him down at the 48-yard line, but another great run by Kevin Say.
The strong safety Albert Begin with a touchdown-saving tackle, it appears right there. He just gotten behind the defense, did Say, and it looked like he was potentially off to the races, but Begin coming up with a big tackle right there and saving another long Kevin Say touchdown.
For those of you keeping track at home, the SFL record for rushing yards in a game is 425. As Synergy is able to find his man through the air, that's Jeff Banfield. He had a clutch touchdown grab earlier in the ball game, and that's another big gain for the DC Dragons through the air.
Yeah, Albert Begin once again in coverage, and you got to wonder if they're not going to think about using Synergy to try to take advantage of the fact that they have an opportunity on the outside after the injury.
So officially 275 on the ground for Kevin Say. Fresh set of downs for the Dragons. Say with another carry, and he gets bottled up near the line of scrimmage as the Lone Star defense was ready for him. Bobo Caudill getting in there on the stop, gain of 2.
Yeah, Bobo Caudill, 6'7", 330 pounds. I mean, that's one way to try to plug up the middle of the line right there, and he's done a good job when called upon so far. But at the same time, I mean, when you look at the amount of rushing yards that Say's had so far, wow.
Synergy throwing it off his back foot, and that's incomplete. A really inadvised throw by Shabazz Synergy, and that falls to the turf incomplete, as that was Mickey McGuire that was just blanketing Josh Gill. I wonder why he threw that pass, Cade.
I gotta imagine, truth be told, that it was just a matter of emergency. Got to get rid of this football, and McGuire probably saw his life flash before his eyes. This is a one-way ticket to the end zone, unable to come up with that one, and DC holds on to it for a 3rd and 8.
Empty set for Synergy. Shabazz over the middle.
Wow.
That's complete. That's caught inside the 10. They'll mark him down at the 9-yard line. Mike Churchill with a diving effort there and able to complete the catch.
What a pitching catch right there. And we've talked earlier in this game about how the no-back empty sets for DC has just really not worked out for them so far in this game. And that was a phenomenal throw from Synergy over to Churchill over the middle for a 1st down.
In goal now for the Dragons. Trying to add to this lead. Say with the carry gets bottled up in the backfield. And again, the defense was ready, as that's again Bobo Caudill getting in there for the stop along with others. And Kevin Say, man, maybe the Lone Star defense finally has his number.
I got to imagine they had a talk at halftime and said, listen, we cannot let this guy get out. We literally just cannot. He is the offense for DC right now, and so far they're doing the best that they can to try to shut him down.
Synergy over the middle. That's Gill. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown, DC.
Touchdown. Nice pass over the middle to Gill. Josh Gill. Nice catch on that particular play, and they took advantage of the fact that Lone Star probably anticipating another run right there from Kevin Say, and it didn't happen. And Gill coming up with his 3rd touchdown catch of the season. DC extending their lead to potentially 11 points right here.
8 plays, 85 yards. They marched right down the field and extended the lead. Potty able to nail the extra point, so that extends the lead even further. As we get a look at that drive summary there, like I mentioned, 8 plays, 85 yards, 10-yard passing touchdown from Synergy to Gill, and it's a 35-24 lead now for DC, as Lone Star coming out with a 3-and-out to start things off, and DC taking advantage of it and able to extend the lead. Glory making some adjustments on defense. We'll see what they can do on offense, as Soto able to slip the first tackler and gets out across the 25 to the 27-yard line with 7:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Fennick from the gun, over the middle. That's a fresh set of downs for the Glory, as they're moving in the right direction to the 42-yard line of Lone Star.
I throw across the middle. Deuce Finnick, a good catch and a good 1st down. This is the kind of momentum that they need to build for the Lone Star Glory. They got to find a way to sustain drive, get down the field, and score some points and get themselves right back in this football game.
15-yard completion to start things off for the Glory. Offset eye for Lone Star. DC stack in the box, 7 in the box. Fennick instead is going to throw, quick fires it towards the far sideline, and that's caught for a gain of 2. And it looks like we won't see Bo Martin Jr. for the rest of this ball game, as he's got a twisted knee, and he definitely won't be returning to action here tonight.
Yeah, you got to imagine that there's going to be an opportunity for DC to try to continue to take advantage of that emptiness on the outside left by Bo Martin Jr., a phenomenal corner for the Lone Star Glory.
Hand off to McBride, and a very punishing run by Ike McBride as she's able to get to the 39-yard line of DC right as Kanye Rockefeller returns to action.
Ike McBride bussing out on the outside right there. Phenomenal run by her, eventually taken down by the safety Kappa Jones. And wow, what What an absolutely phenomenal run, breaking tackles and making her way into the secondary. That's a play right there Lone Star really needed.
The run game has been very minimal here tonight as Fennick has found a lot of yardage through the air. And he's going to continue to do that as he throws it over the middle. That's caught. Rockefeller makes the catch, but not before they extend the drive, move the sticks out to the DC 29-yard line. Another catch by Deuce.
Yeah, another catch by Deuce right there. Very nicely done, and Lone Star finding a groove right here on this drive, Eric.
This is the drive that they need to start things off before DC shoots some clock and then hit pay dirt, extending the lead to 11. High formation, McBride finds a good hole up the middle, lowers her shoulder, and gets out to the 20-yard line. Gain of 9 as she's had 60 yards on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, the numbers are not nearly as flashy, obviously, as they are for Kevin Say tonight, but there's not many running backs in the league that run harder than Ike McBride, lowering the shoulder, taking defenders with her. Always a pleasure and a joy to watch Ike McBride.
Second and short. Gary to McBride, but DC was ready for it there as John Gary comes up from the defensive end spot to make the stop for a loss of 2.
Yeah, what a play by Gary. Just absolutely read it from the moment that it happened. Got up there and got McBride by the ankles for a loss. And all of a sudden, Lone Star looking at a 3rd and 3 here.
Lone Star needs this. Fennick finds a man far sideline, but they're going to call it incomplete. The Diva Dave Axis making the catch. It appeared in real time, but they're going to call it incomplete in the 4th down upcoming.
I gotta say, you gotta challenge this. There's no way that that's not a catch. I imagine they're gonna win this. We'll see the replay here in just a moment.
And the officiating crew here tonight, they've had a couple spotty calls as far as the spots go. A couple calls on these type of plays where they're out routes going out of bounds where you're thinking they made the catch. This is probably the second one of the evening I can think of. And I'm thinking that Lone Star is going to win this one.
I think so, too.
The catch was made prior to going out of bounds.
And the catch was made, so Lone Star is not going to be called Lone Star is not going to be charged for a timeout, and instead the call will be reversed, and that'll be a 1st down for Lone Star.
Yeah, great call. I'm glad they challenged that one. Like you said, Eric, earlier in the game, I think they missed one, I believe, on the first drive, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably why they didn't challenge it. It was very early in the football game, but, also hard to imagine how things might be different. You never know. It's all hindsight.
Fennick, 7-step drop, near sideline. Coverage is tight, but the catch is made by Deuce as he's right in stride with John DeSantis. Man, what more can you say? I mean, that was great defense there by DC, just a better play by Deuce.
Absolutely agree. Yeah, I mean, DeSantis playing phenomenal defense and Deuce coming up with a very nice catch there for a 1st down and goal to go now from the 6-yard line for the Lone Star Glory, trying to make this a 1-score game.
1st and goal from the 6. We approach 4 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Hand off to the fullback. That's Bravado as he gets a little bit closer to the goal line. They'll give him a 1.5 yards.
Yeah, just eking a little bit closer, and the outside linebacker, Aaron Gooden, coming up with a big play right there. We've called his name a few times tonight. He's been very involved defensively for the DC Dragons.
Offset eye for Lone Star. 8 in the box for DC. Lone Star is going to throw. Fennick has his man coming out of the backfield. That is going to be Ike McBride, but she gets stopped right at the 3-yard line, stonewalled, and that's Gooden once again with another stop.
Not for sure she was going to be in. I thought the momentum, if nothing else, would feed Ike into the end zone, and Gooden coming up, like you said, coming up with another big winner.
So 3rd and goal now from the 3. Fennick throwing back in the end zone, incomplete. And again, good. That's 3 straight plays there by Gooden as he could have easily throwing a tip drill over to his teammate there, Kappa Jones. Couldn't quite make the snag there in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, Gooden, another big play. I mean, just absolutely all over the place in the red zone for the DC Dragons defense right there. And I mean, I don't know what more can be said. Just absolutely phenomenal effort. And here's Lone Star, unfortunately for them, having to settle for a field goal deep in the red zone of the DC Dragons.
This one a chippy. Probably from about 19 yards. Good snap, good hold. It's up and through. They officially mark it from 19 yards. That makes it a one-possession ball game here in Denton, Texas. Lone Star down by 8 to the DC Dragons. We'll see how they respond on defense following this break. This is the Saturday Showcase, Simulation Football League action, presented by APM Music, live on Next Level Sports. Following the field goal by the Lone Star Glory, they shorten that deficit there to 8 points, a one-possession ball game as Rockefeller gets back into the ball game, handling the return duties, and he's free.
He's
might
gone.
bust it up the middle. He's got no one in front of him. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Kanye, saying and so.
I gotta tell you, Eric, whatever kind of IVs they gave him to take care of those cramps, it must have been something good, because you didn't see a slowness in his step at all on that return, and it felt good for Kanye Rockefeller as he finds his way into the end zone, breaking tackles on the way. And just like that, gosh, you really felt like that had to be a big defensive drive for the Lone Star Glory, and I just absolutely stuttered on the very first special teams play. Absolutely incredible.
Exactly what the Lone Star Glory did not need. And DC with another huge play. This time courtesy of the special teams units. Again, a very complete ball game, I would say. Even with Synergy not throwing the football all that much. He's had himself a decent game. 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. As Potty nails the extra points, making it a 42-27 game. So Lone Star right back in the thick of it here, down by 2 scores again. And this time, they got to get a 2-point conversion at some point, Cade.
Yeah. I mean, it's starting to appear just more and more difficult for Lone Star. we'll be interested to see how they can try to make this happen. It's very far from over, my friend. I mean, they got a long way to go, but yeah, the DC just complete ball game.
Greg Soto's going to make it out to the 27-yard line. He was looking for Kanye's special stuff there that he had along the sideline. But that's still good starting field position here for the Glory as they go right back to work on offense. Get a little slug of Gatorade and get back out there.
Yeah, they got to get that special Kanye Rockefeller Gatorade right there.
.303 in the third quarter here. Fennick. Wide open. Near sideline as that's Adam Williams with the catch. And he's going to get first down yardage out across to the 40-yard line. Fennick approaching the 3 hondo mark through the air.
Yeah, I mean, he's played really well. I mean, Fennick, honest to goodness, has played really well. I think they've just had some misfortune and a nice throw to the outside right there to Williams, and they come up with the first down. They're going to move the chains.
We talked about it during the commercial break, and this has been the most upside-down, topsy-turvy game you could possibly have, with it still being a very close matchup between both of these teams. It's been absolutely wild here in Denton this evening. Offset eye for the Glory. DC jumps off sides, free play, and that's going to fall incomplete there as Fennick was trying to get a quick fire towards the far sideline, but it's going to be a free 5 yards regardless.
Free 5 yards. Not that we're surprised that Aaron Gooden making another play there on the pass.
Not at all. So 5 yards, courtesy of John Gary, who got off the line just a little bit too quickly. And Lone Star will keep the football. Dave Axis has had himself a nice little game as well. 3 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown. Offset eye for Fennick. Hand off, McBride trying to find any sort of room and somehow is able to make something out of nothing there as she gets close to the first down to the 49-yard line.
You know, Ike's done that all night long, and when it looks like there's absolutely nothing there, somehow finds a way to just grind out a few yards, and once again, that one looked like it was going a little further than what it did, just came up a little short of the first down.
Second and short. Hand off to McBride again. A little bit of a better hole up front there, and she's able to find first down yardage to the DC 47-yard line. It's been a good game for McBride. 67 yards and a touchdown on the ground.
Yeah, the numbers don't, you look at the numbers and you wonder and you say, yeah, what's going on? But they don't tell the whole story. Ike McBride has had a really, really solid game, making the best of what has been given to her and making some nice moves to get up the field.
Again, another carry for McBride, but the DC defense was ready for this one as Cuse is able to knock her down behind the line. 2nd and 11 coming up. The Glory have liked this formation here on this drive as McBride gets another carry, bounces it near sideline, and is able to get some of that lost yardage back. And she'll make it out to the 44-yard line of DC. 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, very interesting. I'm not against it. I like what's going on here with Lone Star, but they've really, really committed to the run on this particular drive. Not gone to the air too much unless they've absolutely had to.
Well, this is a situation where they absolutely have to. Empty set, 5 wide. Fennick takes a snap from the gun. Throws it right to the defender as that was Cuse just literally standing there as Fennick throws it right into his helmet.
I don't think Cuse even realized that was coming his way. Just kind of got in the right place at the right time, and right in the noggin goes the ball to Riley Cuse, and just unfortunate circumstance for Lone Star. That's going to bring up 4th down for them.
Adds new meaning to the word doink in the game of football.
No kidding, man. No kidding.
So LA Sites will go ahead and punt the football away again. No pressure coming as DC wants to set up the return. Good punt by Seitz as it's going to bounce right around the 5-yard line, but trickle into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, great job letting that one go. Yeah, like you said, trickles into the end zone and a touchback. Pretty decent starting field position for the DC Dragons. And the DC Dragons, I mean, because of the amount of big plays, it's hard to say it's been a gritty performance, but I believe deep down it really has. They have gritted this one to their advantage in every way possible.
Synergy is going to throw to start things off, and that's going to be a completed catch to Kyle Storm, his first catch of the evening, as he gets a good chunk of 7 out to the DC 27-yard line. And we touched on it, Kate. It's been a very topsy-turvy game just in terms of numbers, but somehow it's only a 2-score game as we approach the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think one of the most incredible numbers that we've seen right there is that the Lone Star Glory have ran very nearly 30 more plays than the DC Dragons, but look at the score, and it makes you wonder.
Synergy is changing things up at the line here. Probably the last play before the fourth quarter, as they'll get a free 5 yards off of that one. Lone Star jumping the gun a little bit too early, despite the loss of yardage on the run play.
Just a hair.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yogi Barr being the guilty party on that one. Both these quarterbacks with very impressive cadence, as we've seen several of those neutral zone infractions here this evening. As we approach the fourth quarter of play, end of the third, 42-27. Get your 4s up, get your 86s up, wherever you're at, watching this Saturday showcase, Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, live on Next Level Sports. Be right back. One more quarter to play here at the Metroplex in Denton, Texas. DC driving down the football field, fresh set of downs for Kevin Says. He gets the football coming out of the backfield on a pass, and he gets 10-plus yards, we'll say 11 or so, out to the DC 43-yard line, first down.
I got to imagine this is probably a pretty massive defensive series here for the Lone Star Gloria. They got to find a way to slow down DC and see if they can get the ball back with enough time to try to make something happen.
DC got to be content with chewing some of this clock here with a 2-touchdown lead. Synergy going to throw. One-handed snag there by Storm as he's able to get a couple yards. out to the DC 44-yard lines. We get a look at the quarterback comparison here today. Fennec with a lot of yardage through the air, but DC has been very, very content with their performance from Kevin Say. We'll see if they give it to him here on this second down. Synergy's going to throw again as a man past the defense, as that's Josh Gill finding a hole in the zone and is able to get first down yardage from the deep pass.
I mean, you wonder, with the success that Kevin Say has had so far in this game, why you take chances. But, with Gill running routes and the strong hands that he has going down the field just like that, Synergy with an absolutely bullet of a pass. Gill comes up with a big catch right there. And all of a sudden, DC finds themselves in an opportunity here to try to add to their lead and potentially put this one away.
Synergy empty set. He's going to throw near sideline. Caught. Banfield just mossing the defender along the near sideline, as that's a great catch with Evan Lacey in coverage.
Yeah, phenomenal job by Synergy putting that one where it needed to be, and Banfield goes up and gets it. You'll see the replay right here. Just absolutely high points of football, brings it down, and a phenomenal catch for a first down. They're moving the chains.
Into the SFL red zone we go at the Lone Star 15-yard line. DC looking to put this football game away. Synergy steps up in the pocket, going to sling it over to his left and finds Say, but his momentum carries him out of bounds for a loss of 1.
Yeah, Synergy looked like he almost started to run the ball himself, and he might have been better off doing it. I think he might have got about 5 or 6 yards out of it, but slings it out to Say. And unfortunately, the momentum, as you said, Eric, carries him out of bounds.
Second and 11 now. Passing offense has been kicked into another gear, but Say now gets a carry on the ground. And Lone Star has definitely made some adjustments in the half, over the course of the half, I should say, as Say has been very, very quiet here in the second half.
Yeah, they've definitely sold out to try to stop Kevin Say here in the second half, and it's really worked out for him for the most part. DC obviously taking advantage in the passing game on this particular drive of that, but we'll see how it goes here.
Synergy, backcourt of the end zone, touchdown, Josh Gill.
Yeah, just like that. I think it was pretty obvious. Lone Star expecting a run from Kevin Say, as he's absolutely lit this game up so far, and all by himself. In the back of the end zone is Josh Gill, as he comes up with a big touchdown right there, and it feels like that might have put the game away. Barring some sort of miracle for the Lone Star Glory, but DC with a phenomenal drive and a touchdown right there.
Yeah, I'm with you, Cade. That might have been the nail in the coffin there for Lone Star. Still plenty of time, 8 minutes to go here in the final quarter of play, as Potty is able to nail the extra point to make it a 49-27 advantage for DC. So 3 scores now for the Dragons, up on top over the Glory, and we'll have to see how the Lone Star Glory respond here at home. It's just been all DC.
All DC, all night long in prime time here in the SFL, and what a phenomenal job by them. They came to play. It's hard to win on the road. We've seen it I don't know how many times. It is so hard to win on the road, and DC came in here tonight, and they have absolutely just grinded it out and done a phenomenal job.
Soto with the return out to the 28-yard line. We've got another game update from SFL HQ. Cameron Irvine, Mike St. Green, tell the people what's going on.
Thanks, Eric. Mike, Sioux Falls can't do anything wrong tonight.
Yeah, Cameron had been all field goals up until this point, and tip pass right here, and Al Delapre Sr. comes away with it, and that led to a Noe Terrazas touchdown catch from Julian Tyree, and Sioux Falls up 36-23.
Tyree's 33 of 39, and the Sparrows are staring 2-1 in the face. Back to Eric and Cade in Denton.
Thank you, Cam. What a ridiculous catch there in South Dakota. As, Dillapre able to make that clutch catch there. And Sioux Falls, they're knocking on the door, like Cam said, going to 2-1, up by 13 over the Denver Night Wings at home. as the Glory able to get a 7-yard run from McBride on first down, brings up 2nd and 3. She's going to get another carry, and that's going to be first down yardage out to the Lone Star 41-yard line.
Hey, listen, it's working. I mean, you can't argue with the fact that it's working. I know it grinds the clock out, but get McBride involved in every way that you possibly can. She's been the best part of your offense so far tonight.
I would argue that Fennec has been very impressive through the air. Almost 300 through the air as he checks it down quickly this time and able to get maybe a couple of yards out to the Lone Star 43-yard line. It really has not been a bad ball game offensively speaking from Lone Star. Just the run defense, a lot to be desired in the first half, and then giving up that kickoff return for a touchdown to Kanye Rockefeller did them no favors either.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Absolutely. I mean, they've actually done a really good job averaging 33 points a game coming into this game on offense, and they're almost on par with that. And that is pretty highly ranked in the SFL as far as most people are concerned and what you're able to do. And most of the time, that kind of average score will do quite a bit for you. But tonight, for some reason, it just seems like everything has not gone Lone Star's way in every other facet. The offense has clicked when it needed to. Unfortunately, a couple of mistakes may have cost them. But, yeah, defense unable to keep up with Kevin Say is a big play right there.
Big play by Adam Williams, the tight end, with the catch as he gets into DC territory at the 23-yard line. A good pitch and catch from Fennec to Williams.
Yeah, and I got to definitely agree with you in your comment on Ace Fennec. He's dished it out. He has put it all over the field and put it where it needs to be when it matters the most. And these guys are coming up with big catches. Williams has been a big part of this game today.
6 minutes to go here in the ball game. Lone Star driving, takes the snap from the 23. Fennec with time, far sideline, another catch there for Lone Star as they get 9.5-ish as Soto is able to step out of bounds close to the first down marker.
They're finding a way to drive the ball downfield, and if they want any sort of opportunity whatsoever, Eric, and getting back in this one, they got to score a touchdown here, and they got to do it fast.
Second and inches.
Fennec with 3 wideouts, 2 towards the top of the formation. Handoff to McBride, gets the first down yardage and more inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. First and goal for Lone Star.
Ike McBride, I thought, had a one-way ticket punched to the end zone right there. And unfortunately for her, Aaron Gooden, who has been a massive part of the DC Dragons defense so far in this game, comes up with a touchdown-saving tackle on Ike McBride. But running with purpose is McBride, almost finds her way in for 6.
Gooden with 12 total tackles, 7 solos, 5 assisted. And, man, he's been a monster on this DC defense. Handoff, McBride, and again stood up right at the line. That's been the story pretty much all game long, as McBride has had to fight and claw for every yard that she gets on the ground.
Oh, absolutely. And in most instances has done a phenomenal job. Has found a way to get yardage when there was none. And in that particular instance right there, not one of them, as she's met in the backfield by Saeed Gore and Aaron Gooden.
Another carry, McBride trying to plunge herself into the end zone, gets stopped right before the goal line. They're going to go no huddle here, trying to get this touchdown on the board in a hurry as they're down by 3. Fennec, back of the end zone, touchdown Lone Star.
Wow. Listen, I love the no huddle. I love the call right there. Absolutely great job. Ace Fennec gets the team up to the line, snaps the ball quick throw to Adam Williams in the back of the end zone, and we'll see the replay right here. Just a great job, great management of the feet, gets the foot in bounds, and a touchdown right there for Lone Star, who inched their way back into this game, but they're going to need some big defensive effort here.
Obviously, Lone Star going for the extra point, but would you go for 2 in this situation?
I think you got to kick the extra point here, just because you've still got some ground to cover going forward. I mean, there's going to be an opportunity if you can score again to try to get the 2.
James Troll able to nail the extra point. So it's 49-34 now in favor of the DC Dragons. 4:23 to go here in regulation as Lone Star is going to line up for the onside kick. We'll see how this shakes out for the Glory as they don't really have a ton of options available. Good pop there, but it falls right to the DC Hands team at the Lone Star 40-yard line. Another game update from SFL HQ. Cam Irvine, Mike St. Green.
Thanks, Eric. Mike, Logan Keel again.
Yeah, Cam, right after Noe Terraza has scored his touchdown, here Eric Price is going to find Logan Keel again streaking down the right sideline. He's going to take it all the way in for the score. And now Denver is shortening that lead to 36-30.
Denver's about to kick a field goal. They got stopped in the red zone. Close one there in Sioux Falls. We'll go there if we have time. Back to Eric and Kate.
Thank you, Cam. And, man, we've had a couple of shootouts here this evening to cap off our Saturday showcase here with the SFL as Sioux Falls with a 6-point advantage as of right now. DC with a 15-point advantage here on the road as it's very, very difficult to get a road win here in this league. And DC has just had everything going their way tonight. Second and 2 off an 8-yard Kevin Say run. He's going to get the football once again, and he's going to get first down yardage out to the Lone Star 30-yard line as we get closer to the 3.5-minute mark.
I think if I'm DC. I'm sorry, I apologize. Yeah, I was going to say, I think if that's my plan going forward, man, keep giving it to Say the rest of the game.
Yeah, chew the clock. Be sure to get it down as close to the triple zeros as possible here and walk out of here with a dub. I formation for this fresh set of downs. Kevin Say with another carry, another spin move, and he gets 5 out to the Lone Star 24-yard line. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday, February 5th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Top drafted quarterback Johnny Reno takes our Fort Worth Toros up north to take on Queen City, followed by Florida going all the way west to visit the Los Angeles Lycans. Bonus coverage will include Mexico City and D.C., also Vancouver and Charleston. Visit NLSE.com to find Next Level Sports in your area. Getting closer to the 2-minute warning here as Say gets another carry. Lone Star ready for it as they stop him behind the line. Close to the 3 Hondo mark. Just on the ground alone. He's got over 300 yards all-purpose here this evening. It's been an impressive performance by Kevin Say, as I believe we'll hit the 2-minute warning, kid.
What an effort by him. It's just been phenomenal.
2 minutes to go here in Denton, Texas. DC looking to close this one out and go 3-0 on the young season. This is the Saturday Showcase Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on Next Level Sports. Stay with us. DC with the football, 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. 3rd and 7 for the Dragons. Synergy will throw. He's throwing it into coverage, and that's going to be incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down, and that's what Lone Star needed there to keep things close.
Yeah, not only did they get away with a clock stoppage right there, but a nice incompletion. Right, I mean, obviously well within field goal range, but we'll see.
Potty getting his first crack at a field goal. This one gonna be from about 44 yards. Good snap, gets it down. Kick is on the way, and it is through from 44 yards. 52 points. A 50-burger hunt up by DC this evening, Cade.
Which is absolutely incredible. I mean, honestly, it really is. If you think about what has been accomplished by Lone Star so far this season coming into this game. I mean, high flying, they put points up, they played good defense, and unfortunately in this game, not able to stop anything that DC was doing. And here's the DC Dragons just playing phenomenal football. I mean, come into this game, I mean, yards a game, only allowing about 329 were the Lone Star Glory, and it is just about that rushing alone tonight for the DC Dragons.
First 50-burger of season 18, and they match their highest point total in an away game in franchise history as they lost to the Vancouver Legion on the road just a season ago, 55-52, as that was a heck of a shootout there against the Legion. Lone Star lining up 4 wideouts here for Fennec. He's in the gun. Fennec will throw, pressure coming, got to throw it, and that's incomplete. Looked like he had a step on the defense, but Peanut Say is able to bat the football to the turf. Coming up on the APM Music postgame update, if time allows, we'll send you out to South Dakota for bonus coverage of the Denver Nightwings and the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green will break down the late-night contests and preview next Saturday's SFL doubleheader on Next Level Sports. It's all coming up on the postgame update. So that stops the clock with 1:45 there. Heck of a play by Say, able to bat the football down. And that keeps Lone Star right at the 22-yard line. Fennec throws it quickly. Finds his man past the defense. That's Dave Axis. No one's going to catch him. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Glory.
Oh, my goodness. Axis found a way to beat John DeSantis on the outside and was off to the races. The speed of Dave Axis unmatched and just awfully hard to beat here in the SFL. And Lone Star finds a way to inch just a little bit closer. Is now a 12-point game. They'll have an opportunity to kick a field goal. To kick the extra point and to make it just an 11-point game. It feels like maybe too little too late. We'll see if they can find a way to rally here.
Look, this game has been about as crazy as we could have asked for, Cade. And nothing would surprise me at this point, as Dave Axis gets close to 150 yards through the air receiving. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, buddy.
Oh, no, you're not kidding, man. That's exactly no additional thoughts to add. That was, oof.
So Lone Star cuts it to 11. We'll see another onside kick upcoming here. Both teams with all 3 timeouts, just a little over 90 seconds to go here in regulation. And as we said, it's been one of those type of games where you think it's going one way, it goes another way.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better, man. The big onside kick here. I think if DC gets this, it's probably over, but we'll see.
Not as big of a hop as it goes right to DC, and they'll set up shop at the Lone Star 41-yard line. So Lone Star has an opportunity to get the football back, especially with all 3 of those timeouts available to them. But they're going to have to knock them out of field goal range here, Cade, to keep them from getting points on the board and possibly get to the point where they can get within 3 points.
Yeah, and they got to do that against, the guy who's run for more than 300 yards in this game, which is absolutely incredible by itself. So, good stand up there on first down.
Yeah, that's a good stop to start with as Lone Star burns their first time out with 1:32 to go.
And, we talked about this earlier, but crazy coming into this game. DC only not allowed a rushing touchdown. Lone Star had only allowed one. Lone Star, I mean, they're going to go ahead and add 3 to that at the hands of Kevin Say. One of them being 99 yards. Absolutely incredible effort by him. What a game he's had. It's just, I feel very privileged that we've been able to see this from Say, that he's just had his way, particularly in the first half. A few big runs in the second half, but nothing quite stacking up to what he did in the first half against this Lone Star defense. Just incredible.
Yeah, we were on record alert going into halftime there, thinking that maybe if he kept everything going, maybe he would be sniffing that record set by Reggie Streeter back in season 13 with the London Knights, 425 yards on the ground. What a performance by him, but just not to be as Lone Star just clamps down on Kevin Say, and just still a masterful performance regardless. The Synergy is able to get first down yardage, and that'll pretty much do it right there, Cade.
Yeah, that's going to do it. Josh Gill, I mean, big plays all night long for Josh Gill, and he comes up with another one right there, making the catch for a first down. And I like the guts from DC. They didn't want to try to take a chance. 6 catches, 88 yards for Josh Gill, and 2 touchdowns. Man, he's had a big game tonight through the air. I mean, DC all the way around. A big game for this offense for the DC Dragons, and they're going to go victory formation for the rest of this one.
So victory formation here for DC, and some extracurriculars there is they don't want to end the play there, Cade.
I got to imagine there's frustration.
Man, oh man. A wild game as DC is going to go to 3-0, knocking off the Lone Star Glory at home. Again, a great game by the Glory. Just was not to be, as Kevin Say just got a whole head of steam to start with there in the first half and just didn't look back. We're getting word from SFL HQ that we will send you to bonus coverage here as soon as this ball game ends. As you see up there on that score bug in the top right-hand corner, we got a tie ball game in South Dakota between the Sparrows and the Nightwings. So we certainly want to make sure that you don't miss a second of that action.
What a treat. What a treat. And we'll be following along as well as soon as we send you that way.
So DC matching their largest point total for an away game in franchise history as they hang up a 50-burger on Lone Star here on the road in the Metroplex in Denton, Texas. And they move to 3-0 on this young season. On behalf of myself, Cade Stevens, Justin Reside, and Shane Kaufman, thank you for tuning into this presentation of the Simulation Football League. We'll send you the bonus coverage over in South Dakota for the thrilling ending of that ball game.
As Hoff makes the stop, and Sioux Falls is going to have to burn their last time out with 3 seconds left. I do think they got in Hail Mary range, Wade. It's right there on the borderline. It's a 57-yard prayer from here.
Yep. Yeah,
and
they can just throw it up, say a prayer, and see if they can bring it down. If not, hey, we'll go into overtime, tied up at 36.
Sorry to cut you off as we welcome you, of those who watched the DC Dragons and the Lone Star Glory's absolute track meet. 52-41 the score on that one. We are tied at 36 here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And Julian Tyree is going to try a Hail Mary, and he's going to down. Absolutely unblocked is going to be number 49, Peter Mitchell, who had a great play just about a couple of drives ago. He bumped a receiver, which led into an interception. And it's the end of regulation, 36-36. And the Denver Nightwings will have the coin toss again.
And I love our overtime rules. Sudden death. So, first team to score, we got ourselves a winner.
And the first team that will receive the ball is going to be the home team, the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Each team gets 2 timeouts here in the overtime period, folks. And even though it's the regular season, we have to declare a winner. There are no ties in the SFL as Matt Fennick puts it away to AJ Levy. Can he make something special? AJ Levy past the 20, past the 25, and is going to be corralled at the 26-yard line. We take a look at the updated numbers. The total yards, close to 900 yards total in this game. Passing yards are pretty much dead equal, as well as the average yards per play. 1st and 10. I formation here for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. 2 wide receivers. Julian Tyree is under center. Tyree to throw. Pass to the outside. It's going to be picked off by Ron Huff. And the Denver Nightwings are already in scoring position.
That is the worst possible moment for Sioux Falls to get this turnover. And look at that. Denver's defense played a completely different second half than what they played in that first half. And now they got themselves tied up late in the fourth. And now their defense could be the turning point for this ball club.
They're going to throw it here, I think, Wade, with 4 receivers. Look, top of the screen on an out route. The corner is on an island. It's going to be a play action pass. Middle, that's going to be picked off and being returned. That's AJ Levy past the 40 to the 42-yard line. And Sioux Falls has life.
And the legend himself, AJ Levy, gets that huge interception right there. And they needed it because Denver's offense was in very dangerous territory. And now Sioux Falls gets the ball right back. And they're definitely in a territory where they can do some damage.
Oh my goodness, Wade. They were already in field goal range. I mean, it was a long field. It would have been a long field goal for Fennick, 49 yards out, but they were already in scoring position. I'm shocked they didn't give the ball to O'Shaughnessy at least once, as we're going to have 3 wide receivers. Tyree to throw, checks it down. Cornelius has the ball, and Adam Wiseman puts him down after a pickup of only 1 yard. And after both of these quarterbacks only threw 1 interception each in the first 44 minutes of play, in the first 25 seconds of overtime, each have a pick.
Yes, it's been a very strange overtime period so far, Ramos. And now Sioux Falls has to do something to put some points on the board. They just need some points, that's all.
That's it. 4-4 defense here for the Nightwings. G. Wells has some space, and he's going to pick up 5 yards. As you said, any points means the end of the game. Sioux Falls, roughly about, I will call it 18 yards away from being in scoring position. As we take a look at Josh Vasquez, biggest 3rd down of the game so far, 3rd and 4. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. They're going to hand the ball off to Wells, and he's going to go nowhere. 4th and 3, and Denver will get the ball back. One Mississippi has been outstanding in run support.
Yes, indeed, One Mississippi has been great so far, and really Denver's defense did a great job that drive to really limit Sioux Falls to nothing. I mean, 7 yards right there, and now Denver are going to be able to get the ball back and try to put some points on the board. Just need 3. That's all it takes to get a win.
Sammy Prefontaine's second punt of the game is almost blocked, as Riley Quintero is going to field this one, and it's going to bring it back to the 15-yard line. Denver will have it right there at the 15, trying to get at least a field goal. And, I mean, I don't know what to think of this offensive drive here for Eric Price and company. Does he get gun-shy because of the pick?
I mean, stranger things have happened. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it scared him off a little bit.
Power eye set. It's going to be a throw. That's going to be O'Shaughnessy, and he's going to be destroyed in the backfield. Again, Jay Ringgold is going to tackle him for a loss of 1 yard, and it's going to be 2nd and 11.
And now Denver's offense needs to get something going because they're in a scary place, especially for a turnover here. But if they can get something going, at least get out of this territory, they're going to be in a better spot because this is just dangerous territory back here.
Press man-to-man coverage is going to be an outside run. O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy with some room. O'Shaughnessy past the 30, past the 40, to the 45, and finally pushed out of bounds right there at the 45-yard line. A great recognition right there, Wade, by the Denver Nightwings. They put two guys, two twins, on the right side of the formation. Man-to-man coverage. That meant the left side was completely wide open.
Yes, they had that mismatch, and they read it to perfection. And again, surprise, surprise, the outside run springs for a huge gain, and now Bailey O'Shaughnessy, 20 attempts, 54 yards on the ground today.
4 receivers. That's Jeremy Mosley near side. The pass goes to Mosley. Past the 45 of Sioux Falls, side of the field, past the 40 and to the 39. It's a first for the Nightwing. Denver about 5 yards away from being in scoring position. And they've been in this place before, Wade, here in overtime. They threw a pick. I will think they will give the ball to O'Shaughnessy, at least here on first down.
Indeed, the old reliable Bailey O'Shaughnessy, get him going, at least pick up maybe a first down. Hey, just all they need is a few yards to get in field goal territory, and then they can at least put the try on and try to win this game.
Denver has not been in the lead ever since the game was 14-10. Way back in quarter number 1, Eric Price throws it to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy gets 3 yards. And Wade, that's pretty much like a run play. That's like a long handoff.
Indeed, yeah, it's almost like that outside run minus, a few yards, considering that outside run's been so productive today. But hey, they got a few yards, just enough to put them close to field goal territory, and now they're going to try to.
Price checks it down to O'Shaughnessy, and O'Shaughnessy is going to be blown up in the backfield for a loss of 4 yards. That's going to be I think that's the linebacker number 55, Cade Bailey. He is the number 2 outside linebacker, or number 3 outside linebacker in this defensive set. And it's going to be 3rd and long, and Denver will have to throw it here. 4 wide receiver set. Eric Price from the shotgun. Price throws in middle. The pass is caught by Logan Keel. First down.
You have to think at this point now they're firmly in field goal territory. So I would expect them to at least try to put the 3 points on the board and walk away with a victory here.
And what was the matchup, Wade? Logan Keel against Terrell Davis. We saw that all game long. And they're listening to you. This is Matt Fennick's side of the hash mark. Right-footed kicker on the right hash mark. That's exactly what you want. From 36 yards away, Matt Fennick's kick is up, and it is good! The Denver Nightwings go 2-1.
What a ball game
Brandon Perna got
in
that.
Sioux Falls. We're back to wrap up. This is the SFL on Next Level Sports. Be right back.
So now
Denver gets the win.
How about that second half for the victory?
Denver Nightwings just absolutely steal. And guess what?
Welcome to Sim Football Postgame with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. Initial reactions, Mike, to Denver's comeback win. They had not had the lead since 14-10. They come all the way back and win 39-36 in overtime. What a game.
Yeah, Cam, a great game from Denver. They scored the last the last 12 points of the game on Matt Fennick's leg. Actually, 6 field goals for him total. This was an amazing night in both games. Cam, almost 200 points scored between the two games. we pretty much expected, kind of low scoring, knockdown, drag out type games, man. And even our friends at Jack's Data, they had these games at a much lower total than what they ended up, man. But tremendous offensive nights from both teams. Kevin Say from DC and Lone Star game, and then Logan Keel tonight, over 200 yards receiving and a couple of touchdowns for Denver. Man, great action tonight.
And DC stays 3-0. They put up the first 50 burger of the season, 52-41. They take out Lone Star, and it's Vancouver, DC, and Baltimore heading into tomorrow's Week 3 action, Mike, but pretty impressive. Say early and Rockefeller late.
Yeah, Rockefeller came off the bench, man. We were laughing about him coming off the bench. As soon as he came off the bench, he gets trucked a couple of times by Ike McBride on a couple of plays, and we're like, man, maybe he should have stayed on the sidelines. But very next kickoff return, chance that he had, broke a few tackles and a few spin moves, and he was off to the races for a huge kickoff return for DC.
What a night. The late block delivered. Next Saturday, 2:30 Eastern, you've got Fort Worth and Queen City. A good look to get to Johnny Reno in Fort Worth against Fort Worth's leadership and their old team. And then Florida and Los Angeles, big game between two playoff-bound teams over the last couple of years. We'll see what both of them can deliver in primetime here on Next Level Sports. That's it. What a night. For Mike St. Green, I'm Cameron Irvine. For our entire Simulation Football crew, this has been the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports, and we'll see you next weekend on NXT.